Okay.
I think he was asked to be some kind of an advisor, and there wasn't anything he could advise.
Yeah, or do about it.
Now you guys behave. I'm recording this.
Oh, yeah.
Look, see,
All of a sudden-
recording.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
All of a
Well, hey,
sudden,
hey, listen, we could win the pitiful prize too.
I know it.
Marilyn doesn't have anything to talk about.
I can blackmail you guys now.
Yes, that's right. Yes, you can.
Can we override that?
No. If you want to try it, go ahead.
Yeah, right.
We watched a good movie last night. We started the Valentine weekend right. We watched Casablanca.
Wasn't that a great movie?
Oh,
Very
that-
nice.
Oh, it was so
I've seen
nice.
that thing about 10 times. Doesn't that have that, oh, what's his name in it?
It does. Good old what's his name?
I'll never
Yeah,
forget
Humphrey
all what's,
Bogart.
Right.
not Clark, it's
Humphrey
Humphrey
Bogart.
Bogart, yeah.
Yes.
Telling you that if you listen.
Peter Lorre.
We watched an old one, Written in the Wind. Rock Hudson, Lauren Bacall.
Oh,
Robert Stack and
Uh,
Moses Malone,
No, McGuire,
Yeah,
Dorothy McGuire.
oh.
Dorothy Malone. No, it wasn't Dorothy McGuire.
Oh,
Somebody
okay.
Malone, wasn't it? No, I don't know. I could be wrong, I'm sure.
Oh, we watched. What was it called?
Must have been a good movie.
Oh, Atlantic
What did we
City.
watch?
That's it.
Oh, Atlantic City.
Oh, Atlantic City. Yeah.
What about Atlantic
They
City?
watched
We
it.
watched the movie Atlantic
Oh,
City.
It's called Atlantic City?
Yeah.
Good, very good
I remember
movie.
that
Was it
movie.
a Reader's
Who-
Digest
who's in
one?
it?
A
How much
Hallmark
money
one?
did you win?
Okay, I didn't understand anything anybody said because you were
How
all
much money
talking
did you
together.
win?
We didn't win any.
Well, if you were in Atlantic City,
That's right. Why go? Unless you're not gonna win money.
Well, this one guy got killed.
Yeah,
Oh,
He
Who
he
was-
didn't win at all.
Who was in that
He
movie?
lost.
Burt Lancaster and remember the movie Thelma and Louise?
Mae West,
yeah.
Who were the two gals in that?
yeah,
One of them was in
Thelma
the,
and Louise.
right.
that's it. Yeah. I can't think of the gal's name right now. I'll be right back.
Here, do you want to
Oh,
look
okay.
up here?
Well, no,
Marilyn.
in a second.
Now, before you go, Gene, did you watch this movie on YouTube?
No, I watched it from a recording.
Is your
From a,
YouTube working better now, though?
Yes, much better.
Okay.
Susan Sarandon.
Yes, Susan Sarandon.
Thank you.
Yes.
Who
I'm
was
gonna have
the
to
other
go get
one?
my iPad. So I can come up with the answers too.
Who was the other actress?
In Thelma and Louise,
I
Yeah.
didn't do Thelma and Louise, I did
Uh,
Atlantic City.
I don't think we ever
Who's the
watched
actors?
Atlantic City.
No.
Thelma and Louise.
I don't remember, Linda.
I don't either.
Gina Davis.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Gina Davis.
Okay.
and Harvey Keitel.
Fortunately, we have all this talent here. Somebody's bound to come up with the right answer.
Right,
Especially
and
with
Brad
that
Pitt.
smartphone.
Brad Pitt.
Oh,
By the way, Marilyn Strusick,
yes.
you know this little box you have out here that is your favorite little box of library? Are
Yeah,
you ready for this?
okay.
That, there is a photograph of that on Google Maps. Did you know that?
Yeah.
And it even identifies it.
Yeah, there should be.
Yeah,
Right.
You knew
Oh,
that.
you knew that? You knew that?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I'd made a great
Put
discovery.
it on. Right now, we have some real neat books in there. I wrapped them up and Janet's gonna wrap hers up with brown paper tied it with a red ribbon. And people can take a book and have a date with a blind, or they can have a blind date with a book.
How
Yeah.
clever.
Valentine's Day.
And
Does
two
this say,
people, actually came and took 2 books already.
Nice. The
this,
date
I
with
was
the blind-
surprised.
Valentine's, is this a Valentine's treat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, how much
That's,
left?
Either the
Are
weather.
they romance kind of?
Yeah, are they
books?
romantic?
Well, I put in several romance and love stories, but I also put in some mysteries and other books. And the 2 books that were taken, one was a romance and one was a mystery.
Did you
Okay.
give them hints?
Yeah, you have to write hints on the cover so they
Oh, okay.
get
So
an inkling about what might be inside that book. And then they take a blind date.
Oh,
Well, that's pretty creative, Marilyn. That's great.
Well, it wasn't all my idea. Some other library stewards came up with the idea and I heard about it and I said, oh, why not? Except the weather is so bad, I couldn't even imagine that someone came and took 2 of the books because it's not very good weather for going
That's right.
outside and going to
Right.
a little library.
Well, we're supposed to have some more good weather tonight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
tonight And tomorrow.
It's
Yeah.
happening right now. The good
Yeah.
one.
Yes, it is.
where?
It's pretty crummy day.
Yeah.
I have some statistics for you. Did you know that the 4 couples here are about 10% of all the married couples on the campus?
Yes.
That for the most part, there's only like 40 or 50 or less than that. Everybody else is single and by themselves, living, of course, across the street. They have 61 apartments. There's only 63 people there, so there's only 2 couples, I think, or 1 or 2 couples.
Wow.
Wow.
On here, if you go down house by house by house, I mean, there's a ton of single people, people
Yes.
that have their spouses have passed away or they came here. We didn't see a lot of the spouses, but a lot of them occurred while you were all here.
That's right,
Amazing.
Fred. And you know what we should be concerned about? Do you know who mostly is still here are the women?
Oh, yeah.
Have you noticed that?
And Jim, I think if you and I were single, that would not be a problem as nearly as much.
Hell, you don't even have to be single. There's some around here. Some around here they're brazen.
Are you telling us
I think
something,
a lot
Jim?
I think a lot of men should keep one eye open while they're sleeping.
And they have to be pretty desperate when they're chasing after it.
You mean keep the eye open so that you can really enjoy yourself? so you can see what you're doing?
If there was
Not
still a
even
Johnny
wine
Carson
yet.
show, we could probably have Bob send the tape to the Johnny Carson show.
Maybe I'll send this to Tammy and she can put it on 900.
Yeah, put it on that.
But it is a problem in our community for activities and things like that. It's there's a lot of people here that don't have anybody with them.
Yeah, I never thought of that. I didn't realize the percentage was so low
Well, yeah, really.
for couples.
And Marilyn knows how many people did we lose this year? About?
A lot.
Last year in the first 2 weeks of January, 28.
Wow. That's a
Hmm.
lot.
And were they all couples? A person of a couple, or some were singles? Anyway.
Kind of hard to say.
Time for the research department to go into action.
If I had my papers organized, I could go right to the piece of paper. I
That's
will,
okay.
I will get it for next week. It's
Oh,
in this
another
room.
assignment.
Another assignment.
Oh, we'll give you 2 weeks on that.
I'll forget. I can't remember that long.
Hey, let me write this on the wall, your 2 assignments.
Well, we got it recorded so we can go back to it.
Oh, that's good. That's right.
Yeah, that is interesting, how many
Couples there are.
couples are
or
single
there-
now.
Or there aren't.
So we're really blessed and lucky to be able to be a
You know what?
You don't talk while someone else is talking.
You know what? If we did a study of the whole Pennsylvania population as compared to Ware, you could probably show that Ware is a dangerous place for us to go to because of the rate of decline of the
Right.
whale species at Ware.
Now, that's just a normal thing.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's just normal that men are sort of
Right.
The
Yeah.
weaker sex.
weaker. Yeah.
Yeah, women live longer than men
Yeah.
on average.
Right.
That's
It's
right.
not the women knocking off the men.
Well, and they haven't been around long.
We think.
Grumpy old men die faster.
Just watch what you eat tonight.
That's right.
This may be the great four next week.
Right.
Yes, yeah.
What did you say?
Be great.
That's a good one. No, it would be called the Greater Four.
Would they be able to get on to Zoom and create the Zoom?
No.
Not at
Then one
all.
day we'll turn on the computer.
I don't know.
Yeah, when it comes to technology, I think we might be done.
Yeah. He's getting a little cocky now that he's got a new machine.
Oh,
Well, you know, I got a new smartphone, and here's what I've discovered. The smartphone is smarter than I am.
Yeah.
What did you get, Jim?
It's not a smartphone. It's
Yeah,
an
yes, it-
Android.
Well, Androids are still smart. It's
Yes.
a,
Yes.
it's a track phone, and it was made by Samsung,
Right.
and it's good and cheap. I paid $79 for it.
And it's not a flip phone, right?
No,
No,
not a flip phone.
It is not a flip phone, and it actually works if you can figure out how to work it.
So what does a track phone? What is a track phone?
That is the cheapest.
It's
Uh,
it's a network.
yeah,
It's like
a
Verizon.
network, that's
Oh.
the cheapest
Track
network
phone.
in the United States for telephone service that's any good. I mean, there's some that are cheaper, but they still use flip
I
phones.
think Walmart sells them.
Pardon?
I think Walmart sells them.
I think so.
Walmart.
Yeah, Walmart does sell those things, but they don't have them in stock. I had to buy mine
Okay.
directly from Track Phone.
And they have a great reputation that it works like 57% of the time. It really is pretty accurate, pretty good.
See, you're giving. Hey, don't make Linda feel good, because she's always telling me how screwed up it is, and I think she's all screwed up.
I was just kidding, Linda. I promise.
Excuse me, folks.
No,
I-
I've been to places where I've tried to call Jim because I really needed to talk to him, and there
Yeah.
was no service.
That's what she thinks.
So
Yeah, yeah. He's pulled himself out of service.
Yes.
Gene
Well, I'll
wanted
tell
to
you,
say
I
something.
was on a trip out west with my sister, and I can't tell you exactly where we were, but I had Verizon for my phone service, and I was the only one on the bus that had phone service.
yeah,
Verizon is
Everybody else had whatever they had, and they had no phone service.
Yeah.
excellent. But you pay for
and
that.
all these areas where it's sparsely populated,
Yeah.
they don't cover.
Yeah.
Right, right.
This service, actually, they use everybody. They use AT&T some
Right.
places, they use Verizon some places, and Comcast. They use all kinds of different, depending on where it is. Whoever will give them the cheapest rate is who they
Right,
use in that
right.
area.
The real problem that you're having, Jim, is that even if you go over in the park there, you can't get service, right? Behind your
I do
house.
what?
Go to the park.
Yeah, the only
Linda-
time they give you,
Linda?
Actually,
Yes.
Do you have a real phone?
No, I don't have a real phone because Jim is the one who takes care of me.
That's right.
And
I am the provider.
he dictates what we will pay for.
Yeah, our condolences to you, Linda.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If he's
Well,
taking
listen,
care of
you
you.
know, these people that go out and spend $1,000 on an iPhone and then spend $200 or $250 a month to run the thing. I'm going to tell you what I get with Track Phone. I bought the phone for $79. It was on a Valentine's Day special.
Yeah, so I got a new phone.
Instead of being 129, it was 79. And here's the best part. Annual service, which includes texting, phone, and internet, is $118
For the year.
Per year.
annual.
per year.
But do you have to buy minutes as you go?
No, you get a whole bunch of minutes with your annual fee.
Right.
What about
How
data?
much is how much?
It's only 30 minutes.
Yes,
I
that's
think
right.
I think it's like 1,500 minutes or something like that.
A year?
Talking
Yeah, and it's
heads
1.5 gigabytes of data stream.
per year.
It's some great big thing for texting.
1.5
Remember.
gig of
I'd have to look it up, but it's I think it's pretty good service for the price.
1.5 gig of data for the year.
Yeah. One and a
Don't
half.
look at your email then.
Pardon?
Don't look at your email. You're gonna eat it up.
Well, I mean, well, see,
He doesn't use it.
here's the thing. When you use track phone, what you do is you only send emails and stuff like that when you're connected to the Wi-Fi.
Right.
And then that way, if you need to be connected to the internet, like if you're going to use Google Maps or something like that, you can use it anywhere. And it does use up, when you use Google Maps or photographs or any of that kind of stuff, you use a lot of data, a lot of,
Yep.
not minutes, but a lot of gigabytes of service. But anyhow, for what I'm using it for, it's pretty good.
Okay.
Okay. As long as you're happy with it.
Jim, you're correct in that you cannot really economically justify having a cell phone, paying $500 or $1,000 for it, paying, it's not maybe 250, but it's $100 a month. You can't economically justify it, but it's so convenient and excellent that you sort of justify it in your mind. You rationalize it. You don't justify
You
it.
do. That's right. You
Some people are willing to
rationalize it.
pay big bucks for excellence.
Now, if you were in business and you traveled a lot for business and that kind of
Yeah.
stuff and used your phone, it's
Yeah, you're right,
certainly
Linda.
worth it to people to do.
Right.
But we don't even keep our phone on most
Do
of
you
the
know
time.
that we even get international service to most countries? And you can,
Who are you calling?
yeah, Guatemala and Venezuela, Cuba.
Well, you can look at it another way. Your kids will enjoy the phone later on when you're gone. They're gonna get the $2,000 phone
That's right.
and say, "Thanks, Dad."
Look what Dad used to use.
Yes.
I remember one time I went to Venezuela, and we went on a cruise ship to Venezuela, and when we went
That was in
downtown,
the 80s.
this was when I went with Mindy.
Yeah.
Mindy was playing on the cruise ship. She was
His
the
first wife.
cruise ship harpist, and I got a real deal. This is like the track phone of cruising. But here's what I had to do. I could not book the thing. I got a call from them. It says, "Okay, be in Fort Lauderdale in 1 week, and you can go on this cruise." And what they did was, when people canceled,
Or they had openings.
or they had, a last minute
Reason.
opening for some reason, they
Right.
wanted to book the thing. So what they would do is, at the last minute, when they realized we can't sell this thing, I got the thing for half price. All I had to do was show up in Fort Lauderdale on the right day and get on the boat.
Right.
And so we went all around the Caribbean and all that stuff.
And you can
stopped at
still
Venezuela.
get those. You can still get those type of deals if you're willing to move within like 2 days or
Oh,
something.
yeah, you can go
exactly.
online
You can-
and
Yeah.
check them out.
You
Right,
can actually
right,
get
right.
these, but this was arranged by way of Mindy, who told him that her old cheap daddy wanted to come down there and go on a cruise. So
I'm wondering why you didn't invite Linda though.
she was working.
Explain that to us.
I work
She was,
for a living.
she was working.
Hey,
I
Jim,
was retired.
Jim, I've always wondered, what's it like to room with the crew?
Well, you could ask Mindy, because when she got married, she
She
could
had-
no longer be entertainment status on the boat because he was in the band.
So he was in steerage, and
So
that's where
if
Mindy had
she-
to go.
So if she wanted to live with him on the boat, she had to go down below.
So she forfeited her first class
Yeah,
digs.
Is that where
so
they
that
met?
She could be with this bozo that she married.
Is that where they met?
No,
No, they met
in
at
Mackinac
At the
Island.
at the Walmart.
the Grand Hotel.
Good place to meet.
Yeah, we stayed at the Grand Hotel.
you can see where she played if you watch this movie called Somewhere in Time
Yes.
Yeah, we've
with
watched that.
Reeves, wasn't it Reeves?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's her name?
And what's her name?
Yeah.
There are a lot
Stayed
of
at the
them.
Grand
Yeah.
Hotel overnight,
Uh,
or more than one day.
We were there more than,
Has anybody been to the Grand Hotel?
Yeah.
When did you go there?
uh,
Well, was it on our 50th
it was
anniversary?
our 50th wedding.
Oh, so it hasn't been that long ago.
Relatively
Well,
recently.
Yeah,
Okay.
about 10 years, huh?
Where's this?
10,
Mindy
Grand
played
Hotel,
there in
Mackinac
about
Island.
1990, was it 94?
Somewhere around 94. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a little message.
It was not too long after she got out of college.
So Mindy worked on a cruise ship?
Yeah, she worked on many cruise ships
Oh, I didn't know that.
for a while. Yeah.
That's great.
She also played in Tokyo for 2 different sessions at the Palace Hotel, and she played in Okinawa at
Oh.
some resort hotel in Okinawa.
And that
She's
was
been to
that was sort of-
42. She's been to 42 countries playing the harp.
Wow.
Wow.
Mostly from the cruise ships.
Yeah, most
Right.
of the cruise
I mean,
ships.
she would get off the ship and, travel.
That's pretty cool. I mean, when you
Yeah.
have something like that,
Yeah.
to take advantage of that, that's outstanding. That's,
Exactly.
what an
How old
adventure.
was
huh?
she when she was doing this?
Right after college.
Oh,
In her
okay.
20s.
So that was before she got married.
Correct.
How old is she now?
52.
Wow, you are old, Jim.
Well, she's not the oldest.
That's right. She's not the oldest.
No, he's not.
Yeah, most of our kids are 50.
Oh.
Well, our son is 59.
Oh, well, we know who the old guy is then.
Our son is 54.
Our son is 51.
I got you guys. My elder son is 61.
Oh, my
Oh, my
goodness.
goodness.
Okay.
Gee whiz. That is really old.
Yeah,
He could come to where to live.
That's right.
Yeah, he could.
I told him that. He graciously declined at the present time.
Well, you have an extra bedroom, don't you?
Not anymore.
No?
We don't have a bed in it.
No.
Oh, you got a train track running in there now.
All of Jean's music equipment is in there.
Is what equipment?
Music.
Oh, okay.
So he must be in there all the time then.
We wish.
What kind of music equipment does he have?
Just a keyboard and my old drum practice pad and a
Harmonica,
stereo.
Harmonica?
No,
Now,
yeah.
what
not
kind
harmonica.
what kind of keyboard do you have?
it's just a 52 or 53 key electronic job.
So you bought a cheap one, fewer keys.
Yes.
I had
Yeah.
a 53 key, I think it was 50 something key Yamaha, but then I got big time and went with a true 88 key Kurzweil.
Wow.
And that was a nice, I mean, that sounded like a real piano. It was a
Yeah,
digital piano.
Yeah, I'm sure. Did you take lessons on that too?
I did.
So both of you guys can
And
play
you
the
know, I
piano.
don't have it anymore, so what does that tell you?
Yeah, that's right.
The lessons were not successful.
But
Both of you
Jim,
guys
both
can
you
play
and
the
Linda,
piano?
and you both play the piano? Jim and
Excuse
Linda?
me?
Jim and
Linda
Linda,
and
did you
Jim.
both play the piano or each?
I hear her saying nothing, so apparently she doesn't play.
No, we're
I'm
talking
curious.
Was he talking?
Play the piano?
You know how to play the piano today.
I think she
Never.
did take piano lessons.
No,
No.
I for 1 year.
Oh, she took for 1
And
year.
I hated every minute of it.
Oh, okay.
And so my mother finally relented and let me quit. Because I must have made a lot of noise.
This was
Yes.
when you were 9 years old?
Probably less than that.
Oh,
I was I called somebody from church the other night to ask him for something. And I talked to the wife. I heard this. it was obviously a trumpet of some young kid squealing in the background.
Yeah.
Well, that's not as bad as when they play the violin.
Yeah, right.
Screech, screech, screech.
So Gene, do you play the drums now?
Not anymore. No,
Oh,
I haven't touched him for well, since we moved from Landenberg. Yeah.
Oh,
Ever since Johnny Cash died, he hadn't played.
Did he die?
He toured.
Nobody tells me anything.
He toured with
with Johnny Cash?
Johnny Cash. Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
That's
you know,
why
Under
Gene
the
is,
pseudonym of W.S. Holland.
whatever.
you know, Tom Schwendeman plays the drums. You can hear him over there whacking away at it.
Who?
huh?
Or the guy next door to us.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he
Next
bought a
door
new
to
set.
you?
Does he do it late at night?
Oh, he does it all time.
He'll does it during the day or whatever. In the summer, of course, you can hear him a little bit more because his. But every once in a while, you can hear him. Bah, 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 bah. I mean, it does not bothersome, but well, of course, Fleecy, she is almost completely deaf.
Right, yeah.
So it's
No
perfect.
wonder.
That's right. But how about that? You know, he's been playing. Yeah, go over start.
More power
banging.
to him.
Yes, I
I
agree.
know.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna start banging pretty soon.
You could pay the pots and pans.
Right.
I was gonna say who. Maybe we're gonna be the great seven next week.
Well, you know, Marilyn, it's time to be thinking about all this talent you're going to hire for the next year at Ware. Have you got talent lined up yet?
no. Well, we have 2 things lined up for May, but they're probably going to have to be canceled.
Oh, okay. When do you think you're going to be able to actually start real world outside musicians playing again?
No idea.
No time soon.
Don't you think by fall they should
Yeah, August,
have things open?
September. I agree with Linda. I think that would be by that time, things will be calmed down a
They
little bit.
certainly should be.
Yeah,
Well, they should be, yes. That's the magic word,
right.
should be.
Depends on that new strain.
It looks like the vaccines are really ramping up.
Yes.
Where?
Yes, where also
Uh, other than here, where, friend?
all over the whole country. I mean, they're really
Well, I've
starting
been
to throw that
checking
stuff
with
out there.
friends. I've been checking with friends who are in the over 75 category and asking them, have they gotten the shots yet? And they're in various places around the
Right.
country. And it's a mixed bag. Some
Right.
people, and by the way, Linda's brother got a shot somewhere out in Ohio, and he had tried to connect up with somebody to get the shot and wasn't having any luck. And then his daughter knew somebody who had connections, and they called and got him set up with something. He had to drive a little distance away from where he was, but he got his shots from.
I think we can find many examples where, oh, I couldn't get it or whatever. But I think generally speaking, from what you read, that I mean, they're really pouring that stuff out of these manufacturing facilities, and you know, it obviously takes time to get out, but they're now sending it to the individual drugstores, and
Yes.
so I think that it's really ramping up.
I
Much
think
better than
now
it
they're
was.
finally getting
Well, you know,
organized.
I agree with you, Linda.
They've done 40-some million so far, so that's not too bad when you think about it. It didn't start until December.
Wasn't there just an article that somebody sent out talking about Chester County, that it's the lowest percentage getting
Yeah.
shots?
Yeah.
And Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
Yeah, Pennsylvania is not good.
I have 2 sisters and a brother, and they've all had their first dose.
Do they
But
live
you-
in Pennsylvania?
One
You-
is Ohio,
Oh,
and one is in Pennsylvania, and one is in Maryland.
We've got 7 friends here that have all had it.
Who
Right.
has?
well,
The 7 of us.
you guys get the second shot Monday.
Right.
Right.
Well, now I checked with my brother in Texas, and he's gotten the shot. He and his wife both got their shot there. And I checked with a friend in Northern Virginia who lives out in the middle of nowhere on a farm, and he and his wife got shots and are going to Germany in a week or so. So I think a lot of it is just persistence. If somebody gets on the phone and just starts calling,
Well,
they
it's
can find
internet
somebody.
mostly, it's
Yeah.
not phone.
Well, that's
You gotta get on
probably
the
true.
internet
Probably true.
and search.
And when you look, sometimes there's examples, they say, oh, look, they show you a list of 37 places or drugstores, no availability, because they're getting filled up right away right, Linda? And
Right.
so you just got to keep after it as best you can. But it's going to take time, and it'll be the summertime before much of it gets completely done.
Aren't we glad we're having it done for us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're lucky.
But I think this is gonna be like the flu. Every year, we're gonna have to get some kind of shot.
I hope that's not true.
I
because
think
that's
it
sort of the
probably
pain.
will
right?
be.
Yeah, I
I think
hope not
your
too, but,
immunity
yeah.
is only gonna last for a certain amount of
Right.
time.
Or we'll have
This
a
thing
different
is
strain
going to
every
keep
year.
coming back, so
Yeah,
I
we'll
think
know-
you're gonna
we'll-
be getting them a lot.
We'll know at the end of the year, next January, February, March, we'll know.
Well, maybe before that, they'll be tracing it.
Yeah.
True.
Well, the flu shot only is good for a certain number of months.
Yeah, it's actually
3 or
not,
4.
yeah, 3 or 4
months,
months.
and
right.
that's all.
Because every year there's a different strain of flu.
Right.
That's
Right.
true.
And now every month there's a different new strain of COVID.
Right.
Yeah.
And we don't know how many other strains there are already.
Right.
Well, I used to go to these foreign countries that were in the middle of nowhere, and we would have to go before we could get in the country. We would have to go get a whole battery of shots. I mean, some of these foreign countries, they got every
Disease.
disease imaginable.
Right.
Well, not if you stay away from those wild women in bars and stuff. Jim.
Yeah.
But you can be sure that's where Jim hung out.
So where did you hang out, Jim?
Where did I hang out?
Yeah.
I'll never tell. I did have to go and bail some of my guys. I had about 7 guys who were down with me in Argentina, and I had to go bail them out of jail one night.
Yeah.
They went to some bar, some girly bar, and the gendarmes came and raided the place, and my employees got marched over to the jailhouse. And so I got a call that I was needed over at the local jail. So I went over there, and as long as I would vouch for them that they were okay guys, they all got out without any problem. And they claimed they were just there to see the show, but I don't know what they were doing. It was a crew.
Better not ask.
That's okay.
If you've ever known field engineers, they were the wildest. They were the ones that always got everybody else in trouble. That's why they were field engineers. They knew it was big time out in the field.
Right. And you stayed in your room reading a book.
And I stayed in my room reading a book and practicing guitar.
Oh.
And I would
Didn't
sing.
do any good, did it, Gene?
Hey, Jim, we're still not convinced you ever practiced.
I did not. I just played. And when I was in Argentina, I would sing "Yes, lunar que tiene celito junto la boca."
Wow, I'm impressed.
That
Yeah.
sounds like is that bedroom Spanish?
That was excellent, Fred.
Yeah. Fred, I
Yeah.
think that was "Don't Fence Me in Spanish."
I also did "Se te quiero navegar" and something "Felicidad."
Oh,
I've forgotten the words to it now.
Feliz Navidad.
Oh, I do Feliz Navidad too. That one's easy because it's just Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad. Y prospero nuevo año or something. So yeah, that's pretty easy. I did that one in Argentina. They were impressed.
Feliz señorita.
By the way, I also did a guest appearance in Switzerland. Was it Switzerland?
no.
Was it Bern?
Austria.
Oh, it was Austria.
I guess the parents where? In a jail or?
No, it was in a hotel in Austria.
A brothel?
Yeah, there you go.
That's
Did
true.
you have your
that's what they
reader hose
call
on?
Lederhosen.
No, I didn't, as a matter of fact.
So did you play your guitar?
We actually, what happened was we stayed in a hotel and somebody had an old guitar leaning up against the wall next to the fireplace. So I went over and checked to see if I could get it tuned, and I could actually get it tuned. And so we got it tuned to where it was playable. And Linda, well, actually, I attempted to write a song about this trip we were on. And Linda said, "That's awful."
It was a Rick State tour, and there were like 20 other people with us on this tour. And so Jim was going to entertain them. And he wrote a song that was so terrible. I said, "No, you're not going to play that."
And so Linda wrote the song, and it was actually pretty good. It got a lot of raves from and here's how she did it. Each verse had the name of one of the people that was on the tour. So you know they had to like it because they were included.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Right.
Right.
So now I know how to write a country music song. You just put everybody's name in it and it'll be a hit.
Linda, when
Yeah.
you tell him that his song is no good, aren't you afraid that you'll damage his ego?
He has such a big ego. I couldn't damage it if I wanted to.
She tries.